Hey artists, the mission of my channel is to empower you to chase your artistic dreams and achieve them. So a few months ago, I put up a post on my community tab asking for some volunteers who need some help with their commissions. And I got 3 brave adventurers that have accepted my quest. So today I'm going to be giving you my best advice so that you can get the best possible clients and more money on your art commissions for fantasy artwork. So check this out. So our first brave adventurer today is Isaac Olivares. Thanks so much for submitting it, and if you are on Reddit, go ahead and give him some love right there. Give him a follow from this. I know he'd appreciate it. They've been taking commissions for about a month at the time that they submitted this. I hope you've been doing it since then too, man. And you've been getting about 4 so far. And so in the last month you did 4 starting out. That's real good, man. Good on you for that. For the overall price range, the price themselves at about $70 a commission. And they think that their biggest difficulty right now is how much to charge. So let's take a look at Isaac's art here. So looking through your portfolio, man, you got some really nice pieces here. Looking really cool, man. These are very nice. So you pricing yourself at 70 bucks? Yeah, I'm not surprised that that's where you're at here. I'm gonna be honest with you though, I think that you should be charging at least $100 for most of these and some of them more. And here's kind of my tips for how you're gonna get there, okay? Let's take a look, and I'm just gonna pull this into Photoshop right now just to show you what I'm talking about here. But y'all need to stop working in only native skin tones. So watch what happens as I drag across the different parts of this. You're gonna notice that generally the color slider stays right in the exact same range, right? So with that, what that does is it produces a flattening effect that's not very realistic. To help you out with this, and again, this is gonna help you with increasing your overall price tag as a general point, is that you want to go ahead and introduce different colors into it. So introduce cooler colors into it. Green is a cool color, for example, on the cape, but if I introduce some blues into it, then it starts to cool it down too, and it starts to create more contrast. Also a big thing too, if we have a very pale skin character, no way can that skin suddenly turn black just because there's a shadow there. You can make them look much more dynamic and much more appealing to a broader audience by introducing different colors into it. Take a look at this owl picture here too. A really quick thing that I would do, friend, is I would definitely recommend that you bump your contrast. So a couple of quick things I would do is I would just increase the contrast, and then I would also increase the texture on it, because anything that's closer to us is going to be much more largely detailed. And because of that, that's along with just better value ranges, you're going to create better contrast with it too. And then lastly, with this knight here, a couple things with this one too, is that again, with contrast on here, I think that some parts of this get a little lost. And in particularly, one of the things that I would really recommend that you fix here is the perspective. You have a very forced 3-point perspective happening here, judging by that sword, and the character is not quite in there yet. So when I take a look at the hands, in particular, when I take a look at the legs, like they should be much bigger and more forward. So as you watch me correcting it right now, that's what I'm talking about here. So just make sure that you, if you're gonna do dynamic angles like this dude is, to actually make sure that you really understand those principles, because it's again gonna set you apart. I'm gonna tell you this, y'all. When you do dynamic principles like my man Isaac here is doing, it's really awesome and it totally sets you apart. And if you apply what I'm saying to you, Isaac, you should easily be able to double up your pricing. Now, one thing that I also noticed you doing is you doing backgrounds on these. Great. However though, when we get to the rogues, they're just in a gray background. Don't do just gray backgrounds. Gray backgrounds are out. It's like beige in the 90s. Those are my tips for you, Isaac, my man. I see a really great future for you. I think that you should easily be able to, if you take my advice here, you should be able to get up to easy 200 bucks every single commission. So good job on you, my friend. All right, our next noble adventurer is Toy Famu, and they have a really terrific gallery. If you're over there on Instagram, go ahead and check this dude out and check out this gallery. This is some really awesome, lovely stuff here, man. You got some real cool stuff. I'm excited to talk about this today. And I think that for all of you that want to start to hit higher price ranges, y'all better pay attention to this one. Now, they've been taking commissions for about 6 months and they've done about 20. Dude, that is really good. Like, that is really nice right there. Here's a real great thing for a lot of you to aspire to. He's charging about 60 for a full body in the past, but now he's able to get up to $250 per character. My man right here, air high five, dude. You are killing it. That's great, dude. Nonetheless, though, let's take a look at why you're able to get that. And everyone, pay attention to this one. Check out these characters here. So we have this leopard dude, and then we also have this bard. Like, this is nice work. I'm gonna tell you why, just to piggyback off of our last conversation, why he's able to do this. Toy Famu, you're doing a great job in using your colors, okay? These are non-native colors. A lot of the time, you're able to introduce a lot of muted colors into your color palette too. Y'all, make sure you use muted colors, okay? I know that right now it's really trendy for everybody to go ahead and use like super saturated colors. Y'all don't need to do that. I like how you have an ultra minimal background on this. Each character here really stands out nicely. Now, that being the case though, here's what I want to advise you on, dude. I think that you're capable of getting around double that. And here's how I would do this, okay? Number one is that when I look at your Instagram portfolio here, I see that you have this awesome image. You need to do more of this. Like, this is great. You can easily charge upwards of $1,000 to produce something like this. Like, this is awesome. This is totally great stuff here. So here's where I'm also gonna highlight some things that I wanna critique you on, which is that when you get into backgrounds, I think that your aesthetic kind of falters a little bit, where I see you using like purely all native colors. Like when we look at this background, it's pretty much all browns and it's all grays, and it gets ultra dark. But you need to introduce more non-native colors. I would also recommend that you continue to work up different textures in here just to bring it to life. Here's another thing for you too. Even though your characters are looking pretty bomb, they can still get a little bit better. And here's how I would do that. In between having no background and a full illustrated background, which honestly scares the pants off of most people, you should definitely think about doing semi-backgrounds. And here's what I mean as I show you this. And basically through doing this, y'all, what you can do is you can give the illusion to where they would be played, where they would be seen, or where they've adventured or quested. Then you can go ahead and sell them on that idea, and it just has a better visual storytelling component to it. And it's not a lot of heavy work. Like if you doing landscapes and backgrounds, honestly, like just terrifies you, this is a nice, easy segue into doing that. It'll start to get you more comfortable with it. It requires a few more like custom brushes and a little bit of knowledge to do, but I can help you out with that because I do have my landscape tutorials right here, and I'll link them right down below. Overall with this one though, Toy Famu, you're doing great work, man. Totally see you working for like a tabletop RPG company in the future, maybe doing some trading cards. Like that would be awesome. Thanks so much for your submissions. You are killing it. Hey, if you're liking this advice, which I love to give to y'all because I love my community and I love to do this, please help me spread this video to more people so that more people can hear my tips and tricks just by hitting that like, subscribe, and bell. I appreciate it so much. Let's keep going. Now we're gonna take a look at Provad. So Provad 007 here on DeviantArt, which definitely you should go ahead, give him some love, give him a like and a follow. I know he'll appreciate it too. So when we take a look at Provad here, he's pretty fresh and new to this scene. He likes to do either fantasy or superheroes. I'm gonna help you solidify that today, my friend. And they've been seeking commissions for about a year, and they've done about 20 to 25. That's a real nice solid number. In the price range of about $10 to $30. Okay, my friend, we're gonna discuss that hardcore. They said that they don't have enough work samples for their portfolio, and they're not sure about their current skill level. My friend, let's take a look at what you got here. Let's take a look at your superhero piece. And then we have a cowboy, and then we have this really cool kind of barbarian looking dude here. In my opinion, my friend, based on what I'm seeing here, I would definitely not go with the superhero one, okay? I think that, just to be honest, if you want to get into this, there are definitely some skills that you need to adopt for this. Maybe look at David Finch's channel, for example, for how to do this really excellently. But overall with this one, I'm not feeling like this is your love zone and this is like what you want to do. I think this barbarian really encapsulates your future, all right? So when I take a look at this, obviously this is a much more simple and minimalistic style. However, though, in my experience, I know that people in fantasy universes will like this. Here's one big thing that I want everybody to listen to me on right now, especially if you're just starting out. $10 to $30 is not worth it. If you worked at Chick-fil-A for 2 hours, you would make more money than that. So I just don't think that that's a good sustainable strategy. And like I've always said too, if you are pricing yourself too cheap and you're getting a lot of commissions from it, you're gonna burn out. Provad, my man, here's how you wanna do this. Number one, you need at least 3 examples, okay? Give me 2 more examples, just like this bad boy right here. Do some different classes and certainly do a non-human race into that too, maybe like a lizard man or a dragon. Along with with that too, here's your bottom floor pricing, everybody. If you're just starting out, $50, that's right, you heard me right there. $50 needs to be your bottom floor pricing. If you're doing 20 to 25 commissions provided, $10 a piece right there, that's not as impressive as if you did a fifth of those and you really poured your heart and soul into it and you put your best into it. And you're never gonna get there if you start off really, really cheap, because you know in your mind that it's easy to make excuses for it because it's not really worth it. So, and I think that if you go ahead and you market yourself better, and if you took my advice too about just judging up your kind of semi-background that this dude's sitting on in your preceding ones, you're gonna do great, my friend. I love giving y'all all these tips and advice, and that's why if you wanna see some specific tutorials on how you can improve your fantasy style art, you should definitely watch this video right here.